Japanese original video, also known as V-Cinema or V-Cinex, emerged in the 1980s as a direct-to-video industry in Japan. When the medium involves animation, it is referred to as original video animation. Unlike its Western counterpart, the V-Cinema industry in Japan enjoys a much better reputation. In fact, some directors choose to create V-Cinema movies due to the creative freedom it offers, thanks to the less strict censorship and the ability to explore riskier content. Within the Kamen Rider franchise, V-Cinema releases more prevalently, starting with Shin Kamen Rider Prologue, the only V-Cinema movie of the Showa era within the franchise. However, V-Cinema movies are more commonly associated with the Heisei era and Reiwa era, mostly focusing on a specific group or individual writer in a side or epilogue story that fits within the continuity of their respective television series. While Kamen Rider Double was the first to adapt this format, it became a tradition in the series with Kamen Rider Gaim. And with the context out of the way, let's get started with all the reuses and retools in Kamen Rider V-Cinemas. Just so you know, I won't be labeling these in order by dates, but instead by the Kamen Rider series. Hey, editing unlisted here. This is basically the same video that I posted, but I actually included Birth X and Kamen Rider Zaya. Missing one was already bad enough, but missing two, just straight up unacceptable. So I decided to private the first one and make this one so I can correct those mistakes. The first one is Kamen Rider Accel Booster form, which debuted in Kamen Rider Double Returns Kamen Rider Accel. The Accel Booster's entire suit is a yellow repaint of the base suit, with it having new armor in a retooled version of the regular helmet. Kamen Rider Eternal Red Flare, just a regular Kamen Rider Eternal suit, but it doesn't have the extra memory slots in the cape. The biggest difference is that instead of a blue flame markings, it is red. This suit can be the regular Kamen Rider Eternal suit but digitally edited to change the blue flames to red, like for the villain in Kamen Rider Den-O and Kiva Climax Cop. What was his name again? I'm not reading that. There was no V-Cinema form for O's, well not until the 10th anniversary, as we got Kamen Rider O's 10th Core Medal of Resurrection, which is a V-Cinex title. With that movie, we would get 4 exclusive forms. The first of which is Ancient O's, which is just the regular O's Tatoba suit with a retooled helmet, with it replacing the regular green eyes with the ones that are red. His cloak is reused from the Grey Eyser. Ancient O's Greed Absorption form takes the right Tatoba / Latarata and left Garakiriba arms, with the right Sangozo and left Shota legs, and reuses and repaints the Tamashi shoulders and gains a new chest piece. His sword is taken from the Armored Warrior in Humanoid. Various parts of Kamen Rider Goldust suit are reused and repainted from O's combos. The helmet is retooled and repainted from Buruka Wani's helmet. The main body suit and arms are reused from Tatoba Combo's suit and arms respectively. The shoulder pads are repainted from Ancient O's Greed Absorption form. The claws and legs are reused from Super Tatoba Combo. Though not a O's form, the feet are reused from another O's, which is a monster based on O's. And for the last one is the Tajador Eternity Combo, which repaints the Tajador suit with the helmet also retooled to resemble Ank's Greed form. Hey, I forgot to include fucking Birth X in the script, so I'm gonna do that now. Birth X is basically just a birth suit with a new chest piece, new shoulder pads, and a retooled helmet, and that's all. Sadly, Forze will not have any V-Cinemas. Maybe he will get a V-Cinex movie just like how O's did, but for now we will just have to wait and see. And just like Forze, Kamen Rider Wizard will not have any V-Cinemas too. V-Cinema movies would not return into Kamen Rider Gaim, with Gaim being a pretty popular series when it started and ended, and thus we were given the Gaim Gaiden spin-offs, with them giving us tons of new forms. Like in Gaim Gaiden Kamen Rider Baron would be given the new form in the form of Ringo arms, which is just a basic recolor of Kamen Rider Mars. Also in that special was a new villain rider known as Kamen Rider Tyrant. This rider's suit will be a kit bash of many parts, the helmet being heavily retooled of Gaim, and lastly having the Dragon Energy arms from Kamen Rider Dukes, with it having 2 small symmetrical shoulder pads instead of 1 small and 1 large. The Duke symbol is also removed from the chest piece. In Gaim Gaiden Kamen Rider Zangetsu will get a new form too, which is the watermelon arms. This form would just be a simple recolor of his melon arms, and his shield is the same mold, with a Gatling gun barrel at the end. This special will also include a new villain rider by the name of Kamen Rider Uden. Uden's suit is mostly a retool of Kamen Rider Jams, who is in turn a retool of Kamero's suit, with also been in the color scheme of Baron's Ringo arms. It also takes the Ringo arms, sword, and shield. Gaim Gaiden Kamen Rider Duke will give Duke a new form in the name of Lemon Arms. This suit will share the same undersuit as the Lemon Energy Arms, with the only difference being the back piece of the helmet and armor being new. This form will also include a new weapon too. For the villain of this special is Kamen Rider Saber, and just like Tyrant, it will be a kit bash of many parts and pieces. The left side of the shoulder pad is from Kamen Rider Bujin Gaim Blood Orange Arms, while the right side is from the armor parts that are normally associated with the Ringo arms. Saber's helmet is a recolor Kamen Rider Mars helmet with additional bandages on its mouthpiece. Saber's armor parts are recolored versions of Ringo arms armor part besides the blood orange shoulder pad. That's not all, as we still have Gaim Gaiden Kamen Rider Knuckle, with that special giving Knuckle the form of Jimber Marin arms. It features some surprising parts of an old suit, and that suit is Kamen Rider O's Sangozo combo, though only the gauntlets. The suit would just be a recolor of the Jimber arms that Gaim had, with the new parts being the spike shell of the gauntlets and the headpiece. With the villain rider being Kamen Rider Black Baron, which you have already guessed is a simple recolor of the original Baron suit. Out of topic, but my god, does that cut bother the hell out of me. Did they not notice that the actor and the suit actor was in a different pose? Or did they not care enough to reshoot it? Well, that is just a small nitpick of mine. There will be two more Gaim Gaiden called Kamen Rider Zangetsu Gaim Gaiden and Gaim Gaiden Kamen Rider Gridon vs Kamen Rider Bravo. However, they will not be included as one is a stage show while the other is a TTFC special, so maybe another time. With all the Gaim stuff out of the way, let's move on to Kamen Rider Drive. Drive would have some V cinemas in the name of Drive Saga, with the first one being Drive Saga Kamen Rider Chaser. You know, with a name like that, you would expect Chaser to have a new rider form, right? But nope, Machine Chaser did instead, which is a slight retool and recolor of the regular Machine Chaser, but with gold and new shoulder pads with a goofy odd weapon. The next two Drive Sagas will focus on Mach and Heart. Mach will be given the form of Mach Chaser, which is just Chaser Mach but blue and replaces the Mach eyes with chasers. While Kamen Rider Heart's suit is a modified version of Kamen Rider Drive type Trideron suit. There's also another form for Heart, which is the Type Speed Wild Technic, which is just a kit bash of all of Drive's 3 forms. There was another Drive Saga that focuses on Brain, but that was not a V Cinema but instead a TTFC special, so it won't be included here. Ghost will only have one V Cinema that focuses on Specter, called Ghost Rebirth Kamen Rider Specter. He will be given the form Sin Specter, which is based on the 7 Deadly Sins and is a retool and recolor of Ghost Mugen, which is based on the 7 Emotions. Necrom will also get a form in the name of Yujo Burst Damashi, which is just a recolor and slight remold of the regular suit with the added gold flames. X-Aid will also get the VSNX treatment with 3 films. The first one, Kamen Rider X-Aid Trilogy Another Ending. Kamen Rider Brave and Snipe will not have any new forms of any kind. But you know what does? Kamen Rider X-Aid Trilogy Another Ending, Kamen Rider Paradox with Poppy. With that special brings in a new villain called Kamen Rider Another Paradox, which is just a black recolor of the regular Paradox that replaces the undersuit with a ride player and a new waist cape. In Kamen Rider Genmu vs Laser, we will get Laser Level X, which is just a level 3 suit but this blue color. Genmu will also get a new form of God Maximum Gamer Level Billion. What a mouthful, am I right? This will just be a simple recolor of Maximum Gamer Level 99, but in the color scheme of Genmu. For Build, we will get the Build New World set of movies. The first one is Build New World Kamen Rider Cross Z, and we will get Cross Z Evil suit, which is just a kit bash of the regular Cross Z suit and Evil, and having a new waist cape. The helmet combines the features of Evil and Cross Z. For this movie, we will also get a new villain in the name of Kamen Rider Killbus, and this suit is made up of recycled parts from previous rider suits. His helmet uses elements of Night Rogue / Mad Rogue's helmet. The shoulder and gauntlet parts are from Bloodstock, as well as the standard Kamen Rider build bicep armor and leg parts. For the next film is Build New World Kamen Rider Greece, which obviously features a new form for Greece in the name of Perfect Kingdom, which is a recolor of the regular suit and retooled to feature characteristics of all the 3 Hokuto smashes. Oh yeah, there is also a new villain called Kamen Rider Metal Build, which is a direct reuse of Kamen Rider Build Hazard form with 2 black tank visors. He will also get another form in the name of Phantom Build, which is just the Phantom's Crusher suit parts, just added on with a retooled helmet. G.O. will only have one Visa Next movie that focuses on Gades and gives him the form of Gade's Majesty, and his suit will be a kit bash with its shoulder pads retooled and repainted from Kamen Rider Zemonis. His helmet is repainted from Kamen Rider Gade's normal helmet, and his chest armor is retooled and repainted from Wizard armor. 01 Others Kamen Rider Metsuba Jinrai will have a new rider called Kamen Rider Metsuba Jinrai, as you might have guessed, and that suit will be a retool of Kamen Rider Hirobi's suit with additional head, torso, arm, and shin armor. 01 Others Kamen Rider Vulcan and Valkyrie will give them the forms of Kamen Rider Vulcan, Lone Wolf, and is a repaint of Ichigata's suit with a new helmet and new shoulder pads. Kamen Rider Zaya's suit is a repaint of Kamen Rider Dowser and reuses Kamen Rider Arc Zero's undersuit. It is later repurposed as Kamen Rider Dowser Bugster Virus, infected form in Kamen Rider Gemu, the President. Valkyrie would only have one reused Kamen Rider form, which is Kamen Rider Valkyrie Justice Serval, which is a retool of her Lightning Hornet suit with the claws retooled from Ultero's Vulcan and a new helmet. Kamen Rider Saber Trio of Deep Sin will feature 2 new forms. Kamen Rider Espada will only have one retool suit, which is his super form Arabian Knight, who reuses the body of Primitive Dragon with a new helmet. Kamen Rider Falcon's Amazing Siren suit will just be a repaint of his base suit, Eternal Phoenix. And lastly is one from Kamen Rider Revice. Revice Forward, Kamen Rider Live and Evil, and Demons, which I feared the most, and that is the ugly ass marvelous forms for Live and Evil that retains the shape of the shoulders and the helmet from the base form. The chest and lower armor are repainted from Kamen Rider Fuma and the Ninja Ride players. This film will also feature Imperial Demons, though it has an original helmet and cape. The chest armor is a repainted version of Kamen Rider Revive, Barret Rex's chest armor. And with all of that done, this has been all the suit reuses and retools and all the V-Cinemas/Visa Next movies, or OVA, unlike its Western's counterparts. There's also another form for Heart, which is the Type Speed Wild Technic. Why can't I say Type? Jesus Christ.